The craziest thing you heard
I
about
think
yourself?
the thing with Puff might have been the craziest thing that I heard. And again, I'll say this. A lot of people,
I don't know what do you
a
say
lot
about
of people,
Puff, Laura?
well, Jaguar Wright allegedly says something crazy about me and Puffy. But again, Puffy's a kid to me. And I even feel for Puff. Like, again,
Did you see the documentary?
I didn't, I won't. Because again, I just, I'm not a dude.
You in it, you know that.
Word?
No, I'm just joking.
Ain't nobody tell me that.
I
I just looked it up what she said.
Right. So allegedly it was said that me and Puffy had some kind of homosexual relationship or something.
Because he walked in on you.
Right. Now she said a lawyer walked in. Right. Now again, we could take two theories at this. Is she still talking? When was the last time you heard from Jaguar Wright?
Every day online something comes
But
up.
I mean, it's her presence felt like when she's just torturing these A-list artists. So again, she included me in a little something. I'm not mad, but again,
The security guard said something too. Gene did.
And Gene is actually an old friend of mine.
Y'all still friends after what
he cleared it up. No, he cleared me up. He was like,
Okay.
first of all, he was like, no, totally. He totally said the opposite.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm looking at it. You're
But
right.
he
Art of
he
Dialogue.
got into it a little bit with me because he felt like I was saying like I sunned him. But me and Gene always have respect for each other. I just don't go into those areas. Again, I'm not part of Puff's business. I knew Puff as a kid. I knew Puff who used to run behind Mark Barnes in Washington because, again, I'm an OG. They were like Groovy Lou and all the people at Uptown, they're my little brothers. So when it was said, my boys like Willie D and Prince and them was like, yo, you got to respond. So I wound up going on Willie D's. I don't know if I can even say his name. I said, for this one time, I'm going to clear the air because I was on the Tom during the cruise and there was a gentleman who I think was, he was of the other persuasion. He likes the colors and all that. He was in the front of the audience. And I was like, yo, I don't know why he's at the front of the stage with all these girls. We were at the Tom, and he just kept saying, he don't want no girls. He kept saying crazy stuff. So I had to stop the show. And again, I had to figure out, like you said, not to let my emotions of the momentary disrespect dictate what was going to come out my mouth. So I felt like I cleared it up. But you know how we are. We go to Rome. We want to see the lion eat the human. That's human nature. That's why we watch MMA. That's why we watch Tyson crush people. Basically, we just deflected it by clearing it up. But I think that's the craziest thing because, for one, Puff's always been a kid to me. Again, I was there when Jimmy Love was screaming in his face this close, telling him to go get the cheesecake from Jimmy's when Uptown was in Brooklyn. And they were getting threatened by Brooklyn dudes. So they were calling us from the Bronx to come down and help them. So Jimmy and them would come up to College Avenue in the Bronx on 170th Street and they'd be like, yo, we getting pressured. We need help. So again, I wanted to get in music. This was my opportunity. And that's how I met Teddy and Al. Me and Al formed a friendship. And so did me and Teddy, but Teddy was with Gene Griffin. And I knew Gene in the street through Bill Underwood. I'm a youngin' though, but at the same time, I'm now 20. So the 40-year-old was like, he can't handle me. I'm bro, don't even do it to yourself. So I was like, okay, I was always the champion for somebody getting abused, somebody getting mishandled. And that's how me and Al became friends.
When we talk about these systems that we know exist, how much of this stuff we see with people like Puff is learned behavior?
It's learned, and it's sad. That's why I say people I know, listen, I like you, Charlamagne, a lot of the goofy stuff, I'd be like, man, it's sad that this is because, again, people are looking at you. People are looking at us. And when you have a success story like Suge or Puff, it's like you want someone to get it. Like you want someone to be like, yo, I can touch this. This is tangible. I can do this. But then when you start to have an overflow of negative connotation from it, it starts to really be like, damn, why is Holmes moving like this? But again, I can't dictate or I don't have a real judgment over anything. I have my opinion. Like, I don't get down with nipple milk. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, I don't get down with that. But at the same time,
I didn't think you would.
I'm going to be honest. I hope that whatever he has to go through, he comes out of it. I hope that he realizes who he is and finds a real path for what he is supposed to be doing with his life. Because Puff's probably the hardest worker I've ever seen in music. I don't know if I can say he's the most talented person, but he's probably one of the hardest workers. But again, I knew Puffy, the kid. I don't know the icon, the mogul, and all that. So just to say, as far as him, man, I hope that whatever he has to go through, because again, we all have nice lives. Imagine having to go to a cell and you got to be around a bunch of dudes all day. And he's now learning a new system. Jail is a different life. It's a whole different life. You know, your head got to be on a swivel 24/7. And that money that you can give to commissary, yeah, that's cool. But if that ever jumps out of pocket, you got a whole nother thing. And then it forces you to say, am I going to be the victim or am I going to be the animal? And once you join into that, it's over. Because once you stab a few people and all that, your eye and ear gates open. You send a boy to war at 18. He's not a killer until he sees murder. But once he sees that and he comes back, you're asking this dude to be a civilian, but he's now a murderer. He's desensitized from murder. So cutting somebody's throat, shooting somebody in the face is, again, this is programmed. And then they make one of these people a poster child for mental illness. So no, this is what's bred in him.
And hearing what you're saying, and you talk about Diddy being able to like basically rehabilitate, do you think being in the system will rehabilitate him the way that he should be, or should he have been able to
only
get
he can
out
free his mind
for
from
bail?
mental slavery. Only he can. They'll teach him systems. They'll almost make him feel secure that now he got street cred. So they'll pit him into that. And then he's going to carry the burden of carrying inmates and correcting their lives and giving them opportunities. But only if he leads properly will he do that.